This video provides a tutorial on the conference request process in the Great Neck Public School District. Any conference request has to go through My Learning Plan, so the first thing you'll need to do is log on. If your conference is being offered by a provider in one of these areas, you're going to create the conference request through their catalog. So if, for example, I want to attend a Nassau BOCES conference, I'm going to go through the Nassau BOCES catalog. Here's the information about the conference. If I'm ready to enroll, I click the enroll button. They're going to ask for some basic information. And then I am able to pay for the conference. Please note that all conferences must be paid for out of pocket by the attendee. You will then be reimbursed after you attend the conference. So make sure that you choose a personal payment option. You cannot choose purchase order or a district to be billed. So if you pay with credit card, you're going to fill out all of your credit information, agree to the terms and conditions, and then submit the request. This is going to generate a conference request through a BOCES form that will then go to all of the necessary approvers. This actually expedites things because the same time that you request the conference and your spot is saved, the information goes to your district for you to be approved. If the conference you want to attend is not offered through any of these catalogs, you're going to use the conference request form, and it's a green form. You have to enter the conference title. You want to make sure that the conference title matches what's on the website description. So here is a conference that I'm requesting. I'm putting in the name of the conference, not the name of the organization offering the conference. Then I'm going to need to provide the URL that includes all of the following information. The district needs to see the date of the conference, the time of the conference, the cost of the conference, and a description of the conference. All of this information is necessary to generate a purchase order because the auditors require this. Because this URL has all of that information, I just need to paste it there. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to find the provider. This is offered at Hofstra. If the provider is not on the list, you're just going to write the name of the provider there. You're going to indicate when exactly the conference is and the building that you're going to be absent from. Make sure you indicate whether or not you're going to need a substitute. You're going to need to indicate how many days, school days you're missing, how many days you'll be at the conference when you're not going to be missing school. The travel details have to be filled in completely, so indicate if you're sharing the commuting expenses. Any of these red fields you have to fill out. So even if it's a one-day conference, you need to put, there's no name of a hotel, how many nights, you'll write 0. The nightly rate, you'll write 0. They do need a numerical value. You're not sharing expenses. You're going to write NA one more time. For estimated costs, you'll enter the registration fee. One-day conferences obviously wouldn't have lodging. You're also not going to put in for meals for one-day or local conferences. The district will not reimburse you for that. Transportation. If you're putting in to get mileage reimbursement, you're going to need to calculate the miles round trip and then subtract your round trip commute to and from school each day because you cannot be reimbursed for the distance you would normally drive to work. You're also going to need to find out the rate, the reimbursement rate for this particular year. Only if there are tolls should you fill out this section. Please note that this says tolls, not totals. We're going to indicate who is funding the conference, For most teachers, they're going to choose BCG funded conference. And you're going to indicate how many hours you will be at the conference, not including time for meals. This is important for CTLE credits. You have to choose at least one professional development goals for the conference. Then the comment section is an opportunity to explain a little bit more about why you want to attend this conference if you think it won't be obvious from the description. This is also where you're going to put additional conference information, such as other URLs, if you cannot get all that information in the first URL. Again, you need the date, the time, the cost, and a description of the conference. You're going to need to read the acknowledgement, noting that everyone in the approval queue must approve the conference before you attend. Otherwise, a purchase order will not be generated and you will not be reimbursed for the conference. You will also be charged a personal day. Then you'll check off the acknowledgement and click submit. I also want to give you an example of a conference in which you need to provide additional information. So here is a conference that I've decided I want to attend. I'm going to put this title where it says conference title. Then I'm going to look at this URL and see what information is here. This includes the date and the time, as well as the cost. What's missing is the description. I see there's a description tab here, but that doesn't change the URL. So what I'm going to need to do is paste the URL, and then in the comment section, I need to write, please click on the description tab for a description of the conference. This helps ensure that those approving the conference will have no difficulty knowing precisely where the description information for your particular conference is. Because all websites are different, sometimes this information is difficult to determine. And you're going to fill out everything else like you normally would. Again, if you're going to be absent, you need a sub, your commuting expenses, the estimated costs of the trip, and an acknowledgement, and then you're going to click submit. If you have questions about the conference you want to attend and whether or not you would be eligible for certain reimbursements, you would want to check with central office by calling the Office of Instruction.